No, you guys should be able to hear me now. Okay. You guys should probably be able to hear me a little bit better now. Okay, so let's start with soft tissue work from the, mobility stuff. So 90-90, let's go 3 per side here. We're gonna shoot the hip forward, drop down, switch to the opposite side. So the difference between what we're gonna be doing today versus what we did other times is today's gonna be much more built around trying to mimic an actual off-season routine versus just trying to get a lower body workout in. So we're actually going to be trying to improve and really get those basically those gains that we're looking for during the off season. So when it comes to lower body stuff, we've got to progress as we do with every other type of workout. Let's go with the frog here. So flip your mat, heels towards the ground, back straight, and just rotate up, crank at the hip. Here, remember, trying to control it. You're trying to gain control, so don't swing it and turn your hip and drop in. Don't rotate up to the side. Nice and stable, up, come down, and switch sides. One of the things you really want to make sure you remember when you're doing these workouts is very, very, very simply that they are it's extremely important when you are doing this that we change up the mentality that we have in this. You know, we're not trying to go for cardio when we're on each side. We're really trying to improve. Let's get the spine too. I want to get that. Actually, let's get hip flexor, then we'll go spine here. So we'll go up here, drop forward, brace the core, squeeze the butt, shift forward, get a good elongation, and then hip flexor. When it comes to this type of workout, it's really about setting the stage for lifting heavier and heavier and heavier. Now we're assuming that this quarantine is not going to last much longer, and we're going to be able to get back into getting actual workouts. It doesn't seem likely, but if it were to, we have to make sure that we're able to. Third one here, drop in. We have to make sure that we're able to really understand that taking the home workout and making it almost like mimic the stuff that we're doing that we want to improve on is going to be there. One thing I can tell you for certain is sporting events are going to be tough to restart as soon as I think they would like to. And if they were to start at the appropriate time with the season starting the way they're supposed to, you know, on the same schedule they would, or starting a little bit later, however they decide to do it, one of the things we have to remember is that it's going to be based on developing, you know, muscle strength, power, explosiveness. So we have to go through that process. But to be able to get it to go through that process properly, let's go down here across the legs, spine up tall. We have to try to get whatever we can out of these workouts, and just kind of getting a nice circuit in, getting a nice sweat in is not going to make you a more effective player. Let's go for 10 up and down. It's really just going to give you a nice workout, which is great if all you're doing is looking for a great workout. But if you're trying to make an improvement, you know, a lot of players right now don't have the type of equipment that they would like. So a lot of what they're doing is just getting workouts in to try to maintain, try to hold on to whatever they can. Now is a good time for you guys to take advantage of that and really try to create some distance on everybody else. And rotations in the spine, and really try to get some improvements in. And it's going to come from focusing on technique and really trying to allow your body to rest long enough to get that technique in and be able to start lifting heavier weights. So today our focus is really on building muscle. For the next couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, we're going to be doing is really trying to focus on building up some volume, building up some resistance, building up some resilience in the muscle tissue, healthy, quality muscle tissue, eventually getting up to heavier lifting. It's going to be very hard to mimic that heavy lifting. So that transition period may be a little bit touchy, simply because it's, when you try to lift heavy, you basically need weight. And if you don't have any weight, it's very hard to lift heavy. So on your back here, we're going to go heel to the ground, leg back, hands into the ground, press and drive through.
there are ways to make up that difference. You can buy equipment. Obviously, number two, you can do exercises that are much more challenging. Single leg exercise and try to build strength there because your limitations on one side, I'm gonna go for 10, up and down now. Your limitations on one side are gonna be coming from stability, so you won't be able to lift this as much as you would if you weren't too light. Stability's not there, you get that nice balance, you get to lift a lot more with two. So, someone always shows up. Someone always has to show up late. Hey Jeremy, always showing up late. When you're doing these exercises, we can focus on going single leg, which is gonna make it a lot easier for us to get more out of the workouts. When it comes to explosiveness, very simple. Very simple to replace explosiveness. We don't need much equipment. Very simple. Muscle, not that hard. Strength, very challenging. And power is also very challenging because you need heavy weight. You don't need the heaviest weight, but you need heavy weight for that. So those are going to be tricky areas to kind of fiddle through, especially with all of us not having, access to heavy weight. Let's grab our mini bands. Grab your mini band here. Okay. So here, separate, drive the knees apart, sit your way back, and we're gonna go for 10 one way, 10 the other way. Okay? And back. Here we go. Let's go forward and backwards. Walk forward, same thing. Keep it a nice wide stance. Stop there and come back. Get back on in. There we go. Okay. Let's get this off. Let me go over the first couple of exercises with you, and we'll go from there. So again, today, not a heavy sweat. We're focusing on technique. Take a little bit more rest. Try to crank out more weight. And I'll show you guys how to manipulate that stuff so that we can get more weight out of it. So we did one last workout, Bulgarian split squat and single leg elevated hip bridge. Thing is that what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a reverse. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna need a bench or a box of some sort. Something to get you elevated. So if you need a bench, box, chair, whatever it is, grab that, set it up. Second thing, if you have a smaller stool, that would be preferable. So when I put this down, you can see there's a height difference between these two. What I want to do is I want to go with the lower one for my Bulgarian split squat, so I don't put my hip on a crank and I'm not like ripping apart the hip joint. I want to make sure that I'm getting a nice position, not a stretch position. When the line goes up, what we're going to be doing is we're going from the elevated hip bridge for 10 reps. Then we're heading right over here, Bulgarian split squat, okay, for 6 reps. Does that make sense? And we're doing the 6 reps here. We're doing them at a 5-second descent. So we're 5 seconds down, come back up, 5 seconds down, come back up, 5 seconds down, come back up. Now, if you don't have weight, and you have an elastic, I'll show you how to use an elastic. So if you don't have dumbbells, but you have a nice long elastic, I'm gonna show you guys how to use that one. I'm gonna start with the elastic so that so people that have the elastic can see. If you have dumbbells, clearly ground on the sides, you'll be fine. Then if you don't have an elastic, you don't have weight. Here's a third option. Number 3, get some weight, something heavy, put a vest on, put a backpack on that has a bunch of books inside of it. Another alternative, if you're struggling to find weights, honestly guys, like one of these like jugs of water, this is like an 11-liter jug of water. Very simple to know. If you're an 18, if you get like one of the bigger ones, this is like a mid-sized one. Like the bigger ones that are about there, they're 18 liters. A liter of water is a kilo. So 18 liters, 18 kilos. It's quite heavy. If you get 2 on each side, you're looking at into the ranges of like 85, 90 pounds, something in that range, potentially even more. That's probably there, but close enough. So you can really get a sick workout in with a lot of weight just from there. And honestly, just adjusting the water levels by pouring a bit out, fix the problem right there. So those can turn into really substantial amounts of weight for you that you can do a lot of these single leg exercises with. So if you have that, something like that, even just one, hold it on one side, you'll be good to go. If not, if you have literally nothing that's weighted, nothing at all you're gonna do is turn every single exercise to you're gonna basically hold at the bottom. So when you have your back foot up and you're coming down, you're just gonna hold this position for 10 seconds. Then you're gonna do your 5-second descents every single time. Does that make sense? So if you don't have any weight at all, no backpack, it's not substantial enough, 10-second hold at the bottom, then fire out the reps. If not, just follow through. If you guys wanna tune me out, watch me do the first set. If you wanna tune me out, bring the volume down. Don't mute me. If you mute me, you will mute me for everybody, so no one will be able to hear what I'm saying. So let's kind of make sure we don't do that, because I think that's what was causing the problem every time. Some people are just muting me. If you want to just bring down the volume and just watch from a distance and turn on music on your end, by all means go for it. Grab your resistance band, grab your weights, whatever you're going to do. I'm going to show you guys the split squat with the resistance band. So we're going for 10 hip bridges, single leg, 6 Bulgarian split squats, negative descent for 5 seconds. We're going down, taking 5 seconds to go down, okay? We're going to start just in 30 seconds, and we're just going to grab a bottle of water and get myself ready. All right, here, let's get this thing going here, 10 seconds. Grab the switch, slap on your music. I can't put music on anymore. The last time I did that, I think I spent like the entire afternoon waiting for a YouTube clip to process so I could post it. And I ended up getting like smacked with like a copyright infringement because I had like music going on in the background. It was like copyright music and I picked it up. So anyway, single leg hip bridge here. Lift the leg up, brace the core. We're going for 10. Let's go. Switching sides, make sure you get that nice flat position. Keep the knees nice and tight in line. Good. Let's get up here. Back leg up. You're grabbing it, bringing it up to you like that, so you're holding it like this. Get that back leg up on the box here. We're dropping 1, 5, and come on. Oh, jeez. Whew. Switch sides, 6 and 6. All right. 1 minute break. Repeat that. I'm gonna go off headset here. So if you guys need to get in touch with me in the chat, something major, unmute, ask the question, and then yeah, 50-second break, 50 seconds rest, and we'll get back into it. Ten seconds. 10 seconds here. So set up. And let's go. 10 reps again. Get yourself set up. I'm switching over to a dumbbell now. Remember, 5 seconds down. Don't sprint through the bottom phase. Don't take your time at the top. Take some time at the bottom. That's what's the hardest. That's where you're gonna get the biggest gain. So here, in 5 seconds. 4, 5. Switch it up here. Yeah, there we go. 1 minute. Rest up 1 minute. Stu says we got 3 sets left. Thirty seconds. Whew. All right, there we go. Down, we start, and let's go. We're going for 10. This is set number 3 here. Keeping the core really engaged the whole time. That's your anchor point. Make sure that your core is on, so that everything else is firing properly. Switch 10-10. Let's get up. Here we go for 6. All right, 1 minute rest. 2 left, almost done here. Twenty-five seconds. $15. Sorry, I shouldn't. 5. 5 seconds here. That's an extra 5. Just catch up. And here we go. I'm going for 10. Okay, let's get up to set number 4, guys. We got this, 1 more after this. Hang in there. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be feeling the hamstrings, but nothing else. Switch it up here. Here we go. Legs starting to burn like crazy. Last one here. Ooh. Okay. 1 minute rest. Last one here. This is a good way to really get that leg burn going. Pair of 2 exercises called compound set. You take it up a notch by flipping it on its back, doing something called a pre-exhaust, meaning tire out a really important muscle that may not be getting targeted as much, make it work double time. Pairing it up with a different exercise, and that muscle just feels it so much more. Great way to build up on a weakness. Great way to double up on one specific group of muscles to really speed up that process. Oh. If you start feeling the back, we got 20 seconds? 20 seconds. If you start feeling your back on the hip bridge, all you gotta do is brace the core a bit more. Watch out you're not overextending the back to push up. Make sure you're dumping it backwards. 5 seconds here. Okay? Make sure you're getting a nice, smooth, controlled movement. Let's go for 10. Brace and come up. Good, last one, the split squats. Oh my God, my legs are gonna feel tomorrow. Whew. I don't know about you, but Saturday's workout, that was brutal. Good, switch up, here we go.